Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. Hey
yo, Connor, can you chill with all the pictures on the internet? Oh my god. I don't know, Paulie. I post what the fuck I want. I don't know what you're thinking. I just think you're upset because I knocked you down. Knockdown? It was a push. What the fuck you mean? You nuts? You try to get credit for something you didn't do. Knockdown. I just like Adrian Broner tried to take credit for my side piece.
Canelo Alvarez talks his power versus Gennady Golovkin. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, the channel donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, September 16th, it'll be here before we know it, and it's a great fight, Canelo versus Golovkin. I was born ready at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, and they did a conference call. Canelo was speaking with the translator, and he says, I don't think they're underestimating my power. I think the fans know, and the media know, that we have attractive styles, and we're going to both fight a fight where everybody can win by knockout. We both have the power to win by knockout, but that's what makes for a great fight, and I think that's what makes this an attractive fight for the fans, Alvarez said. Anything can happen in boxing. Anything can happen at any moment, at any time. When both fighters can punch, when they both have punching power, you have a fighter who might not be a big puncher, but if he connects with that perfect punch at the right spot, he can knock down anybody. So yes, of course it can happen. It can happen because of the amount of punching power both fighters have. I thought this was pretty interesting from Canelo. Now, I'm looking forward to this fight. This is a very good fight. For me, I don't know. I'm just going to give my thoughts like always. I think Canelo has the power to hurt Golovkin. I don't know if he can stop him. Golovkin showed a good beard, but I definitely think he can hurt him and get his respect and make Golovkin either adapt or fail to adapt. I really believe that. You know what I mean? A lot of people, these triangle theories, and they bring up different things. It's just it's crazy to me. You know what I mean? I'm hearing a lot of comments or reading them about Canelo couldn't stop Miguel Cotto. In my honest opinion, I've said this months, years, right after the fight, because I've always felt like this. In my opinion, I think Canelo, he carried Miguel Cotto. I think he could have done even more damage than he did, but I think maybe out of respect, or it could be respect, like he didn't want to, you know what I mean, destroy him like that, so he just did what he had to do. But it could be a situation of just respect for who Miguel Cotto is as a veteran and not wanting to make, because at that time, aside from Floyd Mayweather, that was like one of the biggest fights that took years to make for him. So it was a big meaningful fight, and a lot of people were picking Canelo, but there were people who were picking Cotto at the time also, right? So I think it might have even been just a respect thing where he knows Cotto is not a pushover. He's a living legend. He's going to be a Hall of Famer for sure. So he might not have wanted to make any mistakes. Therefore, he, you know what I mean, he played it safe, did what he had to do, and he won. That's what I honestly feel. People bring up Chavez Jr., but that's unfair because he moved up 10.5 pounds in one fell swoop. Canelo went from 154 and not 155 because he fought Liam Smith at 154. So his very last fight on the scale, he weighed 154, right? And he moved up to 164.5. That's 10.5 pounds. And it was a guy who's fought as high as light heavyweight who always fails to make weight, or not always, but often fails to make weight and look like a goddamn giant versus Sergio Martinez, who's been stopped by Andres Fonfara, a light heavyweight. But I really think Chavez Jr., maybe he feared getting stopped, like officially, but I think he more or less quit in that fight, just like kind of Lucas Matisse versus Victor Postol. I don't think he was, like, he just had no control of his bodily functions, so he just got knocked out like that. That's just my opinion. So people say, oh, he didn't stop Chavez Jr. Chavez is a big dude in general. And the other thing is, you gotta, like I said, I can only speak for me. I don't really know what people watch, but Chavez didn't do shit for, like, I can't sugarcoat it. Versus Canelo, he really didn't do shit. So that being said, since he didn't do shit, i.e. throw many punches, then it becomes harder to stop your opponent. That's a fact. You know what I mean? If somebody has a tricky defense or elusive, then obviously it'll be harder to stop, like an Edeslandi Lara. Or if somebody is in kind of a survival mode where they see your best work and they're hesitant to commit to throw. That's really what I seen from the Chavez Jr. fight. I don't know if he would have stopped him because Chavez Jr. is just big in general, pause. But the fact that Chavez Jr. wasn't really fighting a position, and you got to look at it as Canelo being a smart fighter, a guy with some power, boxer, puncher. If he's dominating him, moved up 10.5 pounds, and he's easily winning each round, is he gonna put himself on a limb by putting the pedal to the metal and trying to floor it and give Chavez Jr. really the only chance he has of winning, because he wasn't out-skilling Canelo? You know what I mean? So the only real shot Chavez Jr. had is to have Canelo in there tired or catch him with something like a big shot like he did with Sergio Martinez. You know what I mean? So Canelo, being a smart fighter, he just fought his game plan. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't really rate. It's hard to gauge anything from the Chavez Jr. performance, to be honest, because Chavez Jr. didn't really provide much resistance to me. But like I said, that being said, that also makes it harder to knock out that person, because they're in survival mode. They don't want to get knocked out. You know what I mean? And we all know the more offensive you are, especially if you lack defense, the more offensive you are, the more opportunities, whether the person can capitalize or not, there's more opportunities to catch somebody. Canelo's a very good counter puncher. So the fact that Chavez Jr. wasn't really fighting, wasn't really throwing many punches, that creates less of an opening. So the only other way to close the gap in a fight you're dominating and winning would be to try to ramp up the aggression. And Canelo, that's not really his game. He's not like a pressure style person. You know what I mean? He's a guy who's has some fatigue issues. He fights in spurts. He's a good counter puncher. He's a boxer puncher. So he would have to be uncharacteristic and be on some Ruslan Provodnikov shit to come and try to get Chavez Jr. out of there with the way Chavez Jr. was fighting. You know what I mean? If Chavez Jr. was throwing punches, like let's say the Andy Lee fight, if he looked like something like that, then we would have seen. You know, we would have seen if Canelo could have stopped him. So to me, it's really hard to use the Chavez Jr. as a model of what will or won't happen with the Golovkin fight. That's just my honest opinion. Other thing is Golovkin, win, lose, or draw, like I thought he lost to Danny Jacobs, but he brings the fight to the person. I've never seen him really fight off the back foot. So I feel like we don't have to worry about that. Whether he's just jabbing only or throwing combos, when have we ever seen Golovkin look like Chavez Jr. looked in his last fight with Canelo? You know what I'm saying? We don't really see that. Golovkin, he's not going to sell out like that and just do nothing. So that's going to do one or two things. Either he's going to beat Canelo and be too much and be too strong for Canelo, hurt Canelo, or he's going to be in Canelo's wheelhouse and Canelo's going to be able to do his best work. And that's why we're tuning into September 16th. But you can't really use, to me, Cotto and Chavez Jr. You got to look at all the variables. That's basically what I'm getting at. You know what I mean? People too often, they bring up just kind of apples and oranges. All these, you know what I mean? That's like me, Pacquiao got knocked out in the Philippines, or Rustico Torrecampo, but Marquez couldn't knock him out in 3 fights. He couldn't knock him out until the 4th fight. Floyd didn't knock him out. You know what I'm saying? You can't really do that because there's different things. Pacquiao had different experiences by the time he fought. So you have to look at all the variables. And from what I've seen, Golovkin don't fight like Chavez Jr. You know what I mean? There might be certain subtle similarities, but Golovkin's more polished, and he's not. I haven't really seen him throw that few punches that Chavez Jr. threw. So the fact that he couldn't stop, the Canelo couldn't move up 10.5 pounds, plus fight a guy who was fighting to survive, couldn't stop him, is not really mind-boggling. If he would have went out like James Kirkland, maybe Canelo could have stopped him or at least knocked him down, because he was throwing some sharp shit. But maybe he couldn't. I don't know, because like I said, Chavez is big and he moved up almost 11 pounds. So that's just my thoughts. I really think Canelo can hurt Golovkin. We all know Golovkin can hurt Canelo. I heard he was hurting him in sparring when they sparred way back when. heard he hurt him to the body. Obviously, I wasn't there. So let me know what you guys think. Who hurts who? September 16th, we're going to find out. And it's coming sooner than we think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.